Hey, happy Monday, everybody. Just a short, regular video update for this week. Haven't really done a whole lot. Been working on my ALCos still. Let's see. I did do some soldering. Sorry if that was too fast. And I put in some power drops here. I got my bus on this side, so I'm getting ready to run the bus from this corner here around that big S curve and then to about right there, and then connect all this stuff up. Right now it's just running through the track, old school. Need to do a little painting on the rails. I was having some trouble with my soldering iron. I'm not happy with the way they look, but I guess you put some paint on there, it won't be too bad. I need to file the tops off. I did a little bit of carving on the foam today, just to kind of give it a little bit of shape. On this side, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do, but I was just trying to figure out a way I'm gonna hide these gaps, which I don't think is going to be a difficult thing to do. I just think with the paint on there, whenever I put the brown on there, I think it'll be better. And I think I'm gonna put some trees, like some small trees, right in through here, and then make this a little bit like a grassy field or something. Maybe a culvert, so Dwight can make fun of me again, because he says I take all my pictures at my culvert. And, well, that's Dwight for you. But I bust his chops quite a bit, so it goes around and around. I did take some pretty cool pictures this week. I took a photo. Oh, man, I need to turn the lights on. Took a photo of this scene here, photoshopped in a sky and everything. It was pretty cool. You can find that on my Instagram. Instagram link is in my profile or on the channel page somewhere. But this is Anderson Culvert, named after my friend Dwight. So there you go, Dwight. This will be tonight's thumbnail. Well, probably that'll be tonight's thumbnail. But I'll take you in the back here. A little duck under. And here we go. So what have I been working on? Well, you got 558 here. I disassembled the trucks, disassembled the power leads coming up from the wheels. They were clipped on. I always thought they were soldered on, but they're not. So I soldered all the power feeds coming up, and then I installed the TCS Wow Sound, programmed it today. It sounds pretty good. I also got this RS3 I'm working on. It's going to be in the nickel plate post 1959 scheme. Since nickel plate did not have a phase 1 RS3, the Allegheny Midland did. Now, if you've heard of the Allegheny Midland, you know that Tony Coaster, I think that's how you say his name, Coaster, but that was his fictitious model railroad that he created back in the, I think maybe early 80s. And it ran in conjunction with the Virginian and Ohio. So I am fortunate enough that I get to talk to Tony on occasion. And I believe he's going to send me some Allegheny Midland / Midland Road decals. And I should have this one buttoned up here in the next maybe week or so. I'm pretty sure my daughter ordered me another TCS Wow Sound for Christmas. And I got 3 more RSD12s that will get renumbered and get truck work on them in the near future. I have, let's see, I reprogrammed the 2 RSD12s I did for the nickel plate. Has a bunch of problems with the TCS Wow Sound. Not quite sure what's going on. The speakers have been, just sounding horrible. And for some reason, they're coming pre-programmed. I went to go program them. I had to reset them to the defaults to just get it to respond to the commands. So I don't know what's going on, whether it's my command system. And I got a pretty decent DCC system. It's the Power Commander by NCE, but not quite sure what the deal is. But that'll focus. There we go. But I've been running a few trains, taking some photos here and there, playing around. So I need to get started on this project over here again. Sometimes I like doing scenery and sometimes I don't, and really this kind of burned me out. So I got a video, I think maybe 4 or 5 of them. Some of them are short, some of them are, 10, 15 minutes each, of this water scene that I was doing. I had the water poured in here once before, and somehow, after it had been there for 6 months and looked good, it developed bubbles. And bubbles and more bubbles and more bubbles, so I had to rip the whole thing out. So, and when I did that, I put this little bridge in, and this is almost exactly the same type of bridge that I built on the new section. It's just a couple of I-beams and some plywood abutments that I painted a concrete type color and then weathered. But I need to solder these joints in. You can see them, they're bright silver. And paint those rails. And then I have a backdrop. See if I got it handy here. That I'm going to put back here, kind of like this. This one didn't print off very good. I got a better one that I have cut out. But I think it'll be pretty decent when you get it on there. And I gotta blend the trees in and stuff. I got a little Photoshop magic, and I'll have another backdrop. All these trees that you see going down the wall are my trees in the backyard. I took a picture off my deck and went through and did a little Photoshop magic and glued them to the wall after I cut them out. You can kind of see a pattern if you look real close. I messed up a little bit with that. You can see it like right there in the middle, and then you go over and you can see it again. But that'll be all right, because I'm thinking about tearing all that out anyway. So a couple weeks ago on an update video, I mentioned I'm starting a grade right about, where am I at here? Just after this signal. And it's going to go uphill, and this whole rear track that I have hidden from the front is going to start going up a 1% grade for the next 33 feet or so. So that's going to change the dynamics of this section of the layout. It's going to change my mountain, I guess you could call it, my big hill. And the whole sole purpose of that's just to hide the holes going through the wall. But what really is killing me is it's going to change Main Street right here. So about at this point, it'll be about an inch higher, maybe a little more than that. So about an inch. So I'm either going to raise the town up, which they're just, stuck on the wall. And goodness, my wife's sick, so I think I'm getting it too. So pray for me, because I don't want to be sick. I'm thinking about raising the town up about an inch and just, hopefully I got enough room between the crossing with the cross bucks here, you can see, with the wigwag signals, and the crossing in the back here to kind of gain that 1 inch of elevation. But that will mess up my depot parking lot and this little town hall type looking building. So I got to figure this out. I don't know what I'm doing. So I mean, when I plan something out, and then 2 or 3 years later I get tired of it, or I don't like it, or I want to make changes. I think I can do better, and then I got to figure out all these additional problems that kind of go along, with it. So we'll see. Now that I got the gate put in and I'm pretty happy with it, I need to start doing some work back here again. All this scenery is pretty generic, and it stops about right over here at the park. So right here where the 2 trucks are at, this gray area will be concrete or a rock parking lot. I got a depot right there, and then I have another one just sitting there. I don't know if that's the permanent depot or not yet. I haven't decided. But this town is, it's all just mock-up. That's not the permanent town. So I got some buildings I need to put together and stick in there and everything else. I got a little bit of scenery here and there just for some videos and some photos and stuff like that. And I guess people standing back here. I mean, I like the way it looks, but I think it's going to be a lot better when I get it done, of course. And then I have a new Main Street here, and then I have a just piece of sky blue wood over that window, but I have a window covering that I'm going to make that goes over the whole thing. And I believe I will be probably putting some buildings on that. This little town's called Cartridge. And this got its name because of the ammunition factory that's back here. And you can see I really screwed up because I didn't work from the wall to the edge of the layout. So when I tear all this stuff out, I got to paint that back there and put down some ballast and work on this building a little bit. And gonna have to electrify these switches up here, right here, and back here at the Blackhawk Foundry. And well, I'll figure all that out. I got plenty of time. I got a lifetime to do all this, so it's no rush. And then I got, you know, the bank president's house, and that's Mrs. Smith's house, and the conductor that works in industries back here. He likes his caboose right behind her house, and we still haven't figured all that stuff out. But, you know, when the caboose is rocking, don't come a knocking. And I like the way this scene looks coming down through here. You got the Lover's Leap Park over here on the left, and you kind of, you know, you got the good view from up there across the bridge and the river and everything. So this is going to be pretty cool when I get it done. I need to start concentrating on this scene here. You can see I've done a little bit. I painted the water on with watercolors, ironic as it is. And I did just a little bit of work around the bridge. And this bridge is temporary. But it still looks pretty good, you know, in the videos and stuff like that. And the water looks pretty good, you know. And I painted that on there, and I used a spray lacquer just to kind of go over the top to give a little bit of sheen. But it's going to get some epoxy and some more work done to it here sooner or later. Yeah, I'll show you another view of Lover's Leap in the park. There's some lonely guy sitting on his panel side station wagon. Popo coming out of the tunnel. Gonna get them guys and gals up there kissing. At least I hope they're all guys and gals up there kissing. And I got some stuff over here that I don't even know why I did this. I get bored sometimes and I want to do something a little different. And this was the idea that I wanted. So I guess while I was thinking about it, I started going at it. And, you know, that's just a Walther's backdrop I just stuck up there to kind of make, you know, just a couple photos and stuff like that. I don't know, last year or sometime. But pretty happy with everything so far. Got a bunch of Greg's models done, and he picked them up probably about 6 or 7 and about 4 GP9s. They came out great. I'm really sad to see them go, but at the same time, I'm happy that they're done. This GP9 here is the next one. Had I had any maroon paint, that one would have went home too. And all these GP9s he brought me, none of them had any window glazing, so I have to make the windows myself. And basically, anytime I have anything that has clear plastic, I keep it. I really can't hardly even see that. There you go. So stuff like this, I use and I cut it, and I just fit it, you know, to each window, and I glue them in place. And, you know, they look okay because you can't really see it too much anyway. But I'm pretty happy the way this one here is coming out. If you can see this one's got the windows in it. You can see a little reflection there. And I painted the window frame there in the cab silver, or I think it's like flat steel or aluminum or something like that. And I think it's pretty cool looking. Did the same thing to this Southern motor. And that Southern motor is going to get DCC here, probably this week. Hopefully this week. And my desk is an absolute mess. I got stuff everywhere. Constantly working on something. And while the paint's drying, I'm doing decals. And when the decals are setting up, I'm doing some painting. And I'm trying to organize. I've got parts everywhere. So wish me luck and pray for me on that one too. So that's about it. I've rambled on and on and on enough. So I thank you very much for watching. If you watched the whole 14.5 minutes so far. If you're not a subscriber, I challenge you to do so. I think I've gained 100 subscribers there in the last 25 days. So that's like 4 days. So I'm pretty happy with that. A lot of my videos are getting a lot more views and everything. So give me a like, leave a comment. Love getting comments from you guys. You guys got, you know, a lot of input. Really, I take it serious. You know, constructive criticism is how we get better, as you know, regardless of what we do. And you know, follow me. Come back tomorrow or in a couple of days and see what I talk about next.